When England won the World Cup in 1966, courtesy of the Jeff Hurst strike deep into extra time. Two, in fact. One infamous for not crossing the line, but we'll get to that later. There was a lot of jubilation when Bob Moore went to the 30 Jules Rimet Trophy. Finally reveal it to all the fans in the ground. There seemed to be an air of belief, an air of confidence per se. Maybe this England team is the right team to finally bring this country sustained success. Maybe this country can finally start winning future major tournaments. This is a country who had found initial success in the sport early as an Olympic event, winning gold medals in 1900, 1908, and 1912. And as a result, finally the World Cup gives us we could repeat as world champions. Unfortunately, one of the main criticisms and sadnesses of the England group is never won an international tournament to this very day. So my question is, why? Why have we not won another international tournament? What is preventing us from winning another international tournament? What exactly is doing so? Because it doesn't make sense to me why we haven't won another international tournament despite the fact we've had such a talented team and many talented teams over many generations. Come on. It's a national sport. The United States dominate one of the United States' many national sports is basketball. Every single Olympics, the last 7 or so attempts, they've picked up gold. Fair enough. But cricket is one of India's national sports. They picked up the World Cup against Sri Lanka in 2011. And on top of that, China's national sport is table tennis. And they've racked up gold medals in that event consistently. But soccer's England's national sport. So where's the trophy? The answer may shock some. It might be unimpressive to others, but I still feel it has to be said. So I feel there's just some that just have to hear exactly what is holding this country back from attaining club success. So I feel there is down to 3 main points. 3 critical points on the red and white of the 3 lines. The first major point for me, though, is simple. It's bad luck. We've had many bad instances. We had Maradona handball, among others. We've had dubious decisions. And obviously, you had the incidents with the ball supposedly crossed the line in 2010 for Lampard, where his shot over Manuel Neuer hit the bar and crossed the line. This should have been ruled as a goal, was not ruled as a goal, which could be considered revenge for Jeff Hurst's second goal in the 1966 final, where we last won a trophy. However, I think our biggest piece of bad luck is penalties. We had Stuart Pearce miss in 1990. We had Gareth Southgate's miss in 96. We had Darius Vassell's miss in 2004. We had Pirlo chipping our own goalkeeper. Even number 1 Joe Parton in the 2012 Euros quarterfinal. So it's pretty clear to see we have some bad luck, and penalties is the ultimate form of luck. Something that you can prepare a ton for, but you never really know how they're going to pan out until you start taking them. However, I think there's another point that has to be focused on. And I think the biggest reason why England haven't succeeded well at international tournaments. Coaching. I think coaching is our biggest problem. Let's take a look at Sam Allardyce. He said a lot of famous quotes in his career, like the fact he's Champions League and the fact he's more suitable to coaching Real Madrid than Blackburn Rovers. Can we test that argument a little bit? He plays dull defensive football most weeks. He also doesn't have a style of play necessarily. Let's be honest, this is a dude who can work with multiple systems on the fly. Most managers have specific requirements for where their players should play. This is a dude who needs a big, tall striker, a couple Mavericks to transition the ball to the final third, and if those Mavericks can pass the ball, even better, because the rest of those players just have to work off the ball, get into a wide area, put it in the mixer. The concept of all for rapping too. Oh dear. He said he's just getting off the teams. He's gonna try to work with you. He's coached Superman twice, he was there, he coached Manimo, he coached the ability to win the ball back, he's structured a nice system. Sometimes they see playing much more passing than the and it shows the era of coaching that England have right now, isn't it? That manager out here saying to coach at the front down. This guy is actually getting jobs at European clubs, but isn't even rated that highly by the English media. That he coaches an actually successful, calm brand of football. So, and again, you hear other managers say this, like Tony Pulis, Steve Bruce, and even Neil Warnock say they can coach at these high level clubs, which is untrue. It's just untrue. For example, they think that there's these guys. Diego Simeone, who's won 2 league titles, made it to 2 Champions League finals, 2 Europe League titles, has won many cups alongside that. Won many cups. You also have Jose Mourinho, 2 Champions Leagues, 1 Europa League, 1 Conference League, 3 league titles here in England, a league title in Portugal, a league title, a treble, in fact, at Inter. See? Someone doesn't know this is us. Well, Hutchin wants to play Roberto Carlos left back. Where the hell do you think somehow this is a good place like Roberto Carlos? Or even the Marcelo or Dani Alves? Bench. It's on the bench. Let's be honest, you were in there first. So I'll be bringing up saying I want to leave. That's how bad the football is. It's not built for coach. You're not built to coach high level. Look at that Blackburn team. You got just a few pieces of play like DJ Okocha and Fernando Harrison recently. Come on, man. Come on. It's just not a quality team like you see the elite managers have. Let's talk about a manager like Bobby Robson. Coming from similar origins, having to take a club up from the championship to the, at the time, first division. At the time, it was the second division up to the first division. We talk about the championship later in a different video, but that's by the point. Let's talk about Sir Bobby. He took Ipswich Town team from the championship up to the first division, got him into Europe, and won them a UEFA Cup. He also coached Barcelona and got them a European Cup Winners' Cup. Pretty prestigious trophy. That's some of the honors Bobby Robson won in his time in management. That's understandable enough. So, if Sam Allardyce has even similar accomplishments, then the same quota should apply that he should get to coach a big club, right? So, it's very simple. Put your trophies on the table. If you say you want to coach at the Bernabeu, put your trophies down. Madrid love trophies. Madrid are addicted to trophies. Madrid love trophies. They love trophies like everyone loves milk. Most people love milk, right? So where's Allardyce's trophies? Trophies. Allardyce. The trophies. Oh yeah. Not a single one of major significance. All he coaches is boring football. And look, clubs are willing to take risks to appoint managers who have had little to no success in the game on the account that they play entertaining football. That is the least that they ask for in a proper professional manager. If you can't offer simply that, then it's quite concerning that you then want to be put up for big jobs like the England job. It's ridiculously risky. And the fact that he thinks that he's good enough to get the England job when other managers have failed in his stead is crazy to me. It is brazen. Like, I cannot stress this enough. He does not play entertaining enough football to get the England job. It is a fact. And you don't win trophies. And he still got the England job. That's why his country doesn't win international tournaments. Yeah, that's the sound of that dusty football entering my lungs, man. Disgusting, man. That's why England don't win national trophies. We have managers like this saying they want to coach at big clubs. How are we going to win international trophies again? Spain can hire Enrique, and one of the best managers we can hire is Allardyce. Come on, man. Treble winners versus flipping Blackburn Bolton manager, man. Aye, man. Let's talk about player quality, shall we? Player quality. Let's talk about it. We know England has had great players. They've had the likes of David Beckham, Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard. Potentially. It's controversial with him. Talk on him later. Gerrard, Rio, Terry, undoubtables. That was a fantastic team. He's the best left back on the planet, even for a few years. Fantastic England team. This is England's so-called golden generation. But the thing people want to know is, well, if it's so golden, why didn't it win anything? I say, when you ask such a question, here's a reply that I think a lot of people give you that is correct. Is this England team as good as 2002 Brazil? Is England team as good as France during the era, who won the Euros in 2000 and made the World Cup final in 2006? Is this team as good as the Italy team that won the World Cup in 2006? Seriously. Is it? I don't think so. I love Wayne Rooney, but he's not Ronaldo. He's just not that. And look, all respect to him, he's a perfect player. He's just not Ronaldo. He's not. He's not Ronaldo, and it's just a fact. I can't change that. I can't mark up or deny it. It's a fact. If anything, I'm on the proportionality thinking exactly the opposite. It's even ridiculous to compare the two. Same with Beckham and Ronaldinho, incomparable. Nicola and Roberto Carlos, incomparable. And Neville and Cafu, incomparable. They're all incomparable. So, because of this, you shouldn't limit it comes to the caliber of talent. And this is what you said earlier, the managers don't justify who to coach with talent. Okay. So managers don't have the ability to coach elite talent, that means this team's going to struggle to win major tournaments. But what about today's England team? They found more success than the recent England teams. Why can't they win? This seems to have a manager who's actually at peace. Why can't they win? Think for a second. Leaders are one of the most important pieces in your team. Who's England's captain? Who's England's captain? Harry Kane. Okay. That's a nice one. Who's England's vice captain? Kyle Walker. In my opinion, one of the most overrated right backs in Premier League history. This is someone who has used his pace heavily to bail out of situations as well as offering an attacking threat. It has pace, he likes to attack the corners on the ball to beat anyone within a bang average right back. And it's only his speed which has got the best coach in the game to consistently play him each and every week. Much to the dismay of the fan base, who got increasingly tired with the one attribute that Kyle Walker has, bailing him out consistently. It's sad. It's ridiculous. And now his pace is gone. He looks like a pig, and he doesn't look like he has the speed to defend. Jude Bellingham as well. Terrible touch. I feel sorry for his Madrid teammates. I don't know. He can't control football. That's just a fact. He can't control football. Madrid runs was depressing with him in that because he ain't controlling the ball. And this guy's just fat. Guy in the background just looking at him, bro. He sees his back, and he knows he can feed his family with that back. That is a professional footballer right there. And yet his stomach, make him look like Kung Fu Panda. That is a professional footballer. Frank Lampard is extremely overrated. Look, he can score decent goals, bro, but apart from his goal scoring ability, he is not the quality midfielder, and that's just a fact. And the fact that he have to have this argument with anybody just shows the pure lack of knowledge that football fans actually have. Okay, let's take a look. Frank Lampard is scored 177 Premier League goals. Quite incredible, if you ask me. I'm not going to lie, it is an incredible statistic. Few players in Premier League history break 150 goals. Top strikers can do that. And he did all that in the field. Quietly impressed. However, I don't think he's an elite midfielder. I don't even think he's top caliber. This is a player who, when you look at his goals, look at his assists, he's a player who played similar to maybe a second striker, second fielder. Oftentimes you hear in football that players sometimes move positions. They're playing in this position because they weren't good enough to play in that position. Lampard's an example. This is a player who, like someone like Luke Shaw, he also had fitness concerns. Imagine some of your teammates have a six-pack, and you're out here, you see more rolls that you see in the bakery. And believe me, they got some rolls over there. They got plenty of rolls over there. You can cut off Frank Lampard's stomach and package that crap up and send it to kids, man. Free eats, man. Free eats, and they won't be able to tell the difference. That's belly filled with sugar. But that's beside the point about Frank Lampard. Fat Frank and all that. I get it, right? It's a joke. Piss off. It's about what a footballer can do on the ball. What can he do on the ball? Like, he can pass, but not elite. He can crash the box. He's not elite at that. Well, he's elite at that. That's the only thing he can do. Think about the fact that someone like Paul Scholes is actually recommended as one of the greatest midfielders of all time by all of his peers. But a player like Frank Lampard is never really in them conversations outside of England. Let's tell you what the rest of the world thinks of Frank Lampard. This ain't some elite midfielder. This is just some box crashing midfielder. He just box crashes and takes pens. That's it. Box crashes and takes pens. A couple seasons ago, Martin Odegaard broke the record for most goals by a midfielder non-penalty. That was 15 goals. That should automatically tell you that someone like Mr. Frank Lampard took bare penalties. He almost fluffed up his statistics with penalties. It's extremely unfair to compare him to other strikers. The fact you're Chelsea's main penalty taker and you're a player who only scores goals and doesn't really offer anything apart from your goal scoring output at an elite level does not make you an elite midfielder. How are we going to compete against Pirlo in the middle of the park with Lampard? He can do one thing, and that's crash the box. Overrated. Seriously. So, what are some solutions? Seriously, what are some actual solutions? Because I'd like to win an international trophy. I'm not gonna lie, I'd like an international trophy sometimes. I'm not saying like I'm desperate, but it's been a bit of a while, man. Like, most generation haven't seen us win anything. And I'm gonna be real. The most of the league fans, they need something to sing about. So what's some solutions? Look, we have young talent. We need Swift Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, we also have guys like Kobe Mainu, guys like Murray Hutchinson's coming through as well. Phil Foden's obviously one of the breakout stars in the football. However, we at this team. We still had the Rooney, still had Beckham, still had the Neville, we still had Cole, we still had both Coles. Also had a Gerard, he had a Rio, he had a Terry. So where does the problem lie? Look, I am in belief and understanding that coaching again is an issue. I do feel like England have a problem when it comes to coaching, obviously. It seems like we just don't seem to be raising our coaches up the right way and to the right tactical philosophies anymore. And because of that, we're getting more coaches that seem to have their football built around similar philosophies, which makes it harder to build an identity and a way for this team to play, which has struggled to find a proper identity for decades. However, it's about player quality, and for me, it starts out at youth academies. It's got to be fixed. There is simply no way on planet Earth a player like Andy Carroll should get England caps at a major tournament. That just shows a lack of knowledge. England caps at a Euros. Bellingham, it's one of the best players on the planet. Why? Luke doesn't even know where he's passing the ball after that. Are you telling me that is an England caliber attacking midfielder? We went from Chris Waddle, Glenn Hoddle, Paul Gascoigne to Jude Bellingham. And you expect me to be okay with that? No. Let's try that again. We're from Paul Gascoigne, Chris Waddle, Glenn Hoddle to Belly can't control the football. Belly King can't. Alright, I'm gonna do that. That's kind of a piss to say stuff. We just need to develop better players. Because I just don't want to have a situation where I got players like the Rise and taking penalties and missing penalties versus a goalkeeper who's not wearing gloves in big 2004. That's just disgraceful and that's just embarrassing, okay? Like, enough is enough. You have to start winning some of these things, man. You gotta start winning some of these tournaments. Seriously. And if we were to improve our team, we could definitely win the World Cup. What's holding us back? We can definitely win the World Cup. Or Euros. I'll take that too. Because I'm not desperate, but I kind of am. But think about it. If we do things right, we're not too far away right now. If we do things a little bit better, maybe we can touch a Euros, World Cup. Peace out.